This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last class, we have seen about Java introduction, where we have seen about Java is object-oriented programming language, and we have seen the object-oriented features like object and class. So the meaning of object is like an object is a real-time entity which has identity, state, and behavior. And we have seen about a class. A class is a collection of data members and methods. Now, once we create the class, in order to access the members of the class, we need to create object. By using object only, we can access the members of the class. That's a major point what we require. Right? Now, today let us move to the next one, Java features. We are in totally 10 important features of Java. They are Java is simple, object-oriented, robust, platform independent, platform independent.
I can't hear it properly.
Hello, Sarita. Hello, Sarita. Are you able to hear me? Others are able to hear me? Anyone respond? Leela, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm able
Okay.
to hear.
Okay. Hello, Sarita. If you are unable to hear me properly, please rejoin again. Swati, are you able to hear me? Hello, Siddhartha. Hello, Siddhartha. So let us see the features. We are in totally 10 important features of Java. They are what? Simple, object-oriented, robust, platform independent. This is the major thing to discuss today. Interpreted, portable, secure, multi-threaded, dynamic, and distributed. These are the 10 important features of Java. Now let us see one by one. As a small overview, we are going to discuss these features now. Now, the first one, simple. The first one is what here? Simple. Then, so what is this simple here is? If you take the concept of arrays, we are having a concept like what? Arrays. So when you take example like arrays, so what is arrays? Anyone? What is an array? Yeah, collection of elements, right? An array is what? It's a collection of elements. Now we want to sort the elements of array. Sorting means arranging elements in ascending order or descending order. arranging elements in ascending order or descending order is sorting. So if I want to sort the elements of an array, if you want to write that code using C or C++, we need to write something around 10 to 15 lines of code. But in the case of Java, we can make use of a predefined class called as arrays, which contains a method sort. It contains a method sort, and just we have to pass the array name to this sort method. So this one line of code is going to do the task for us. In that way, Java code is what? Simple. So why we say Java is simple here? Because Java is simple as it contains lots of APIs. This term is important. API means application programming interfaces. Even we call them as libraries. When we call them as what? Libraries. So the meaning of library is like existing code. The already predefined code only we call them as libraries. Then as the days goes on, we'll be seeing how to open APIs, how to browse APIs, how to complete the task using APIs, and even I'll be giving some assignments to you where you need to open API to complete the task. The next feature is object oriented. So as I mentioned in the last class, like Java is object oriented. So Java is object oriented as it supports all the over features like objects, classes, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. This is very important one. Only this feature, it will be taking 5 days for us to complete using Java technology. Okay. The next important feature is robust. So can anyone say what is robust? Robust means synonym of robust.
Strong.
Robust means strong, right? Robust means what? Strong. Let me take an example. Let us suppose if you are typing a document in Microsoft Word, after typing the document, we want to print the document. So when we issue the print command, let us suppose the printer is not connected to your system. Then what is going to happen? Will Microsoft Word will give a message that printer not connected, or will it close the application? What is going to happen? Message or close? What is going to happen? It's going to display the message, right? Printer not connected. Like if any abnormal situation occurs, like printer not connected, the application should give proper message to the user what went wrong. Should not close the applications automatically. This type of applications only we call robust applications. In Java also we can develop robust applications. In Java we can develop robust applications using exception handling. Using what? Exception handling, which avoids abnormal termination of application. Java it's what? Abnormal termination of application. So exception means a runtime error. When you are, yeah. So exception means a runtime error. So during runtime, when you are running the application, if any abnormal situation occurs, it's going to terminate. To avoid that abnormal termination only, we make use of this exception handling concept. Very important one. Then platform independent. This is the major thing to discuss today. The meaning of platform is operating system. Platform independent means operating system independent. Means if you write a Java program on Windows, then we can take the same Java program and run it on other operating systems like Linux or Mac. Let me elaborate more on this. using a diagram. Understand what is this platform independent? What is this platform independent? Is a Java program can run on any platform, means any operating system. We can even say like a Java program is write once, run anywhere. Or a shortcut we say, or a means write the program on one machine and run it on other machine. Means if you write a program on Windows, we can run it on Linux or Mac. Then, first of all, what is a Java program? A Java program is a collection of classes. What makes a Java program? It is a collection of what? Classes. Like example, to take a Java program like x.java, the extension what we give for Java files is .java, and the programs whatever we are going to write, we call them as source code. The programs whatever we are going to write, we call it as what? Source code. Now, in this x.java, let us go with some classes. So here I am going with some classes. How to create a class? I said in the last class, we have to just use a keyword class. The meaning of keyword is a predefined but wherever language will understand class and the name of the class. Open and close curly braces. Let us go with one more class B. Open and close curly braces. Class C. Open and close curly braces like this. So what is a Java source code file? It comes with collection of classes. Now, once we create the source code, this source code is not understood by your operating system directly. To make it understandable, we have to translate it. That a translation process, we call it as compilation. The translation process, what we call compilation. Okay, so to compile, at your command prompt or terminal, in the case of Windows, we say command prompt where we get this greater than symbol. In the case of Linux or Mac, we get terminal, dollar symbol or percentile symbol like that. So I'm just going with the Windows basic, but the steps whatever I'm explaining, that will remain same on any operating system. So at your command prompt, we use a command JavaScript and we pass the name of the source code file. So how to get this JavaScript command? When we download and install Java on our operating system, then we can make use of this command JavaScript. So in tomorrow's class, I'll be showing how to download and install Java. So whatever the steps I'm showing now, theoretically, I'm going to show everything practically in tomorrow's class. So once we say Java, see x.java means Java compiler. Then in x.java, how many classes are there here? 3 classes. So what it is going to do? It's going to create a dot class, b dot class, and c dot class. Depends on number of classes. Present in your source code file. That many doc class files will be created. Then these doc class files are called as bytecodes. Remember the terminology. The doc class files, we call them as what? Bytecodes. Then these bytecodes are platform independent. These bytecodes are what? Platform independent. So what makes Java platform independent means we have to say bytecodes. If you compile the program on Windows, if you get this doc class files, I can use this doc class files on any operating system. Got it everyone up to here? Any questions? Any questions, anyone? Right? Now I'll show everything practically tomorrow. The next step, after compilation, we have to see the result of our program, the output of our application. So to run a Java program, at least one class should contain main method. Minimum one class should contain main method. Why main method? Main method is the entry point. Main method is the entry point to run a Java program. Means in class A we can have main method. In class A we can have main method like this. Afterward, if you see parentheses, they are methods. Then open and close curly brace means we write some code inside the method. Don't worry too much on this part today. So just remember we require main method, that's enough. What code we write inside, we are not worried today. Now, so in A class I'm going with main method, in B class also I'm going with main method. Then, very important statement, many people don't know this point properly. The statement is we can run only doc class files which contains main method. We can run what? Only doc class files which contains main method. Then to run, the command is at your command prompt or terminal, we have to use the command Java, and here we have to go with the class. Like I'm going with all the options here: Java A, Java B, Java C, and Java X. So when we say Java X, what is going to happen? When we say Java X, what is going to happen?
It won't run.
It will run. Then what is the entry point? Which main method will get executed?
It won't.
It won't, right? Because for X, do you have any doc class file? For X, do you have any doc class file here?
We don't.
We don't have, right? For X is
Yeah.
only the name of code file. So for X, there is no doc class file. So this condition is not matching. There is no doc class file. So what is going to happen? Error. It goes with error, and the message is no class definition. No class definition found. Now when we say Java C, what is going to happen now? When we say Java C, what is going to happen?
Error, no main method.
Same error. Very good. It goes with error, and the message is what? No main method found. So in C class, there is no main method. See the condition, we can run only doc class files. So for X, there is no doc class file. And for C, we are having doc class file, but there is no main method. Then when we say Java B, is the condition satisfied? Yes. So what is going to happen now? Runs the program from B class main method. The entry point will become B class main method. And when we say Java A, condition satisfies, runs the program from A class main method. It's the program from A class main method. Means whichever the class name we pass, whichever the class name we give to the Java command, then it will go to the respective main method. If I say Java A, it will go to the main method of A class. If you say Java B, it will go to the main method of B class. Clear this point, all of you? This one, very, very important one. Many people don't know this properly. Remember this, right? Any questions? So in tomorrow's class, everything whatever I have documented in the diagram, I'm going to show this practically to you. The next feature is interpreted. In this one, JavaScript command is a compiler and Java command is an interpreter. So the difference between compiler and interpreter is compiler means at a time. Interpreter means line by line. The universal difference is compiler means we have to say at a time. Interpreter means line by line. Means what is the role of Java compiler is, it's going to convert our Java source code into bytecode at a time. Means if there are no errors, it won't convert into bytecode. It won't create any dockless files. And when you use Java command, its interpreter means it's going to execute the bytecode line by line. So interpreter means line by line. So you can say Java command is an interpreter. Java interpreter executes the bytecode line by line. JavaScript command is a compiler, and the role of Java compiler is Java compiler converts Java source code into bytecode at a time. So about this compiler, I'll be showing practically to you tomorrow, and about this interpreter line by line concept we'll be discussing practically when we come to exception handling. Portable. When we take the programming languages like C or C++, if you are not having any background of C or C++, don't worry at all. Don't worry. Just I'm taking like an example. So when you take the example programming languages like C or C++, what is size of integer data type? What is size of integer data type? Any idea? How much memory it is going to occupy for integer in the case of C or C++? So it's going to occupy 2 bytes on 32-bit operating system. On 32-bit it is 2 bytes, 4 bytes on 64-bit operating system. In the case of 32-bit, 2 bytes it's going to occupy. In the case of 64, it is going to occupy 4 bytes. Now let us suppose if you are writing a C language program on 32-bit, and if you want to shift that program to 64-bit, then there is a chance of getting what? Memory issues. There is a chance of getting memory issues, right? Because the size is differing. So means we have to go back to the program and change the code related to memory issues. Coming to Java, size of integer data type is 4 bytes on 32-bit or even 64-bit. Whatever the operating system is, the size remains same related to integer data type. In that way, Java is portable. So we can say Java is portable since the size of respective data types is same on all platforms. What are the data types? What are their sizes? We'll be discussing when we start with the basics part. So day after tomorrow, I'm going to start off with the basics, and that day we'll be seeing what data types are present in Java and what are their sizes. Next one, secure. Here, before we go to secure, let us understand again related to C or C++. We are having a definition called as pointer. A pointer is a variable which contains address of another variable. If you are not having any background, don't worry at all. Pointer is what? It's a variable which contains address of another variable. Like example, if you declare a variable like this, int n equal to 10, then what is going to happen? It's going to allocate memory space for n variable. It's going to allocate memory space for n variable whose value is 10. Now let us suppose the address of n variable is some 100. The address of this n variable is what? Some 100. Now the objective is we want to take this address and store it into some other variable. Then what we have to do is we have to write the code like this, and n. This is related to C or C++ only. When we say and n, what is going to happen? It's going to give address of n variable. This address we want to store it into some other variable. Then we have to declare a pointer like this. When we use start symbol before the variable, then this is called as pointer in C or C++. So what is going to happen? It's going to create a pointer p, which is pointing to this memory space. Now, by using this pointer, since it is pointing to address of n variable, using this pointer, I can go to this memory space and I can even change the value also. Means by using pointer, I can go to any memory address and even change the values. Means by using pointers, we can go to any memory space and even corrupt also. We can even corrupt also. That's the reason C and C++ are used to develop virus or antivirus applications. So we develop virus or antivirus applications using C, C++ programming language. Coming to Java, Java is mainly for business applications, not for system programming. Java is mainly for business applications. That's the reason in Java there are no pointers, because pointers violate security. By using pointer, I can go to any memory space and corrupt also. So it's violating security. That's the reason they have removed pointers in Java. In that way, Java applications are what? Secure. So simple point to remember, final conclusion, Java does not support pointers. That's the final thing to remember here. Simple way to remember. So you can say Java is secure as Java does not support pointers, as pointers violate security. Simple final conclusion, Java does not support pointers. That's a point to remember finally. Any questions, anyone? The next important feature is multi-threaded. Multi-threaded. So what is multitasking? Can anyone go with examples? What is multitasking?
At a time, two things working on that one is the multitasking.
Examples. I want to go with examples.
You are
Related.
doing now you recording and you teaching the classes and you typing the notepad.
Okay, that is thread. That is what thread. You are taking example of thread. My question is example of task is like I've opened notepad, I've opened group meeting, I've opened browser, I've opened paint. They are what task? That is the meaning of multitasking. And the example what you have taken, like I'm showing the screen to you, I'm recording the class, I'm speaking with you. They are what? Threads. So threads are a part of one task. Threads are what? Part of one task. One more good example is like Gmail. If you take Gmail, in Gmail, how many compose windows we can open? Multiple. So in that Gmail is a task, the compose windows what we open, they are what? Threads. They are threads. And if you take a compose message, we can do multiple attachments. When one attachment is going on, I can attach one more like that. And when attachments are going on, we can even type the subject and body of message. So threads are part of one task. So the advantage is performance. So a thread is a lightweight process under execution within a process. So if you take Gmail as process, the lightweight process are like compose messages, attachments. If you take GoToMeeting as process, showing the screen is lightweight process, a thread. Recording class is a thread. Speaking with you is a thread. So threads are part of one process, one task. Then the advantage of multi-threading is multi-threading is used to increase the performance of application. Multi-threading is used for what? To increase the performance of application. So this topic is very, very important. This will take 2 days for us to discuss on multi-threads. The next one is dynamic. When you take CRC++, memory allocation for arrays or objects will happen during compile time, but in case of Java, memory allocation happens during runtime. So you can say memory allocation for arrays, objects is done during runtime. Runtime means dynamic. One more important feature of Java is automatic garbage collection. Java is what? Automatic garbage collection means as a programmer, our work is only to allocate memory. Then this allocation of memory is taken care by Java only. That feature only we call automatic garbage collection. Then more about this we'll discuss again in future. Even this complete dynamic we'll discuss more. Once we come to arrays topic, we'll understand more of dynamic concept. Now, distributed. The use of distributed applications is distributed applications are used for the purpose of exchanging data from one application to another application to application interaction. A good example on this is if you take Amazon website, if you go to Amazon, after adding the products into the cart, we want to go with the payment process. Then, so what are the different ways of doing payment? Credit card, debit card, UPIs, PayPal, right? Net banking, like that we are having so many options. Let us suppose if I choose net banking, and in that if I choose Citibank, from your Amazon, will it redirect to Citibank website? Have you observed that? Where it is going to ask you for the credentials of Citibank, right? Login ID, password, so and so things. Did you observe that, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, right? That means your Amazon and Citibank are communicating. So this type of applications only we call distributed applications. So all the payment process, whatever we see, no, whatever the website it may be, they are all distributed applications. Got it, everyone? The meaning of distributed applications, right? So nowadays we are developing this distributed applications using web services concept, and now we are using Spring REST model to develop this web services, distributed applications. Okay, so more on this we'll understand once we come to advanced part, right? So any questions, anyone? So what are the features we discussed today? Java is simple, object oriented, robust, platform independent. This is important for us in tomorrow's class. So recap this before you join tomorrow's class. Interpreted, portable, secure, multi-threaded, dynamic, and distributed. So these are the 10 important features of Java. In tomorrow's class, we will be going with the next part, like how to download Java, install Java on our operating system, and we'll be developing a Java application at command prompt. And even I'm going to guide you how to download and install Java on Mac OS and how to develop application. I'll be sharing some links where you can do it by yourself if you're having Mac OS operating system. And after that, from day after tomorrow, we'll enter into Eclipse. That will remain same on any operating system. So whatever I'm doing in the class on Eclipse, that will be same for you also, whatever the operating system it may be. Okay,